Hey there, welcome back to Leah's Leaves. It's a beautiful day. It's like low humidity, mostly sunny skies, high of 75 today. Oh, just glorious. We're back to some seed saving today. And today we're going to look at 3 flowers. We're going to see marigolds, hollyhocks, and calendula. So come over here to our marigolds. These are called Jolly Jester Marigolds, and they have like variegated red and yellow. Here's a perfect example. They're supposed to look like jester's hats. And they're beautiful. They grow very tall. They're much taller than some of the other varieties I've grown in the past, intermixed with my tomatoes. And these grew a little too tall in the space. I underestimated their height this year, so won't do that again. This is a flower, obviously, that's in full bloom. Here's one that's a little bit spent. And that's a young bud. I don't see any dry ones here, but I picked some flower heads the other day. So I'll show you inside when we go inside to save the seeds, what you're looking for in an officially dry seed pod. Now this is what a spent hollyhock looks like. And they look nasty now because the blooms are done. But I want to show you that after the blooms fall off, these little pods are left at the end and they hold the seed pod. And here's one that's actually kind of open right now. I hope you can see that. And what we're looking for is those little buds where my thumb is. Those are the actual seeds. You have to watch for evidence of any kind of weevils because they will burrow into these buds, but I didn't have that particular issue this year. Just, you'll learn over time that sometimes that's a pest issue. This is what the seed head looks like when it's cracked open. You see all these little buds they form a circle. So we're going to pick a few of the drier heads. We're going to leave the rest on the plant and let it continue drying out. And we'll go inside and harvest some of these as well. Here's a calendula. If you're not growing calendulas, start now. They're not only really pretty colors, come in all shades of yellows, oranges, peach, pink, all kinds of variegated and other shades. But it's also just a very useful herb. Has medicinal qualities. Every part of the plant can be used. This is an unopened bud, so that's going to become a flower head. Here's another one. It's going to become a flower head. And here's one that is already spent. You see the petals have already fallen off, but it's not brown yet, so I'm not going to pick it because the seeds aren't fully formed. Here's another one. The blossoms have already been spent, but the seed head is not brown yet, so it's not fully formed. So I'm going to wait on that. But inside, we're going to go inside and I'll show you what a dry seed head looks like. Here's one that's partially dry. It's got a little bug in it. So that one I can pick later. But you'll know when this little base part with all these moon-shaped hooks that are going into the center, when they turn dry and brittle, those are the seeds. I'll show you inside. They're very easy to harvest. In fact, all 3 of our flowers today are extremely easy to harvest, which means they're usually easy to grow. Come with me. We'll go harvest some flower seeds. Okay, we're back inside. These are fully dry hollyhock buds. This is what they look like. They look like a little donut, but with the hole still intact. These are marigold pods. This is what the marigold looks like. These were dried on the plant. And then once they were completely brown and crunchy, here, listen. Hear the crunchy? That means that that's a good seed head. And then this is a little calendula bud. Same thing. Dried on the plant and then brought inside. We'll start with the calendula. They, the best description I can give you is they look like little worms or maybe like curly toenails that have been clipped, like toenail clippings. Coconut, shredded coconut, that's the shape. That is not a pest, that's a seed. That's what they look like. So when you break apart this seed bud and let these little remnants fall off, those are the seeds. Aren't they gross? They look disgusting, but they make a really beautiful flower. Now the marigold is much easier. I'm going to try to do this right-handed, but basically this husk is just holding the seed pods in place. The seeds are inside. So I'm just going to peel that husk off and reveal, look at these. See all these little spear-shaped, those spear shapes, and they're black in the bottom and lighter color on top. That's a marigold seed. These are dry. These are Jolly Jester Marigold seeds, but they look the same as other varieties too. So if you're harvesting more than one type of marigold, make sure you label them because the seeds will look the same even though the flowers will look different. And the hollyhock is really these... Oh, Holly. What's the matter, baby? Who are you talking to? Okay, sorry for the interruption. She heard somebody. Hi, buddy. Hi, little garden gnome. Are you better now? So here's the hollyhocks. When you break these open, you see that the outside part that's facing the camera is just a skin holding the little seeds inside. These are the hollyhock seeds. Now, one word about hollyhocks is the buds are actually very sharp. So you can wear gloves if you do this. I'm kind of used to it by now. That's why I'm not wearing them. But I also know to kind of work gently, not to squeeze it or roll it around in my fingers too much. Because there will be like little slivers or splinters that can get into your hands if you're not being careful. They're not even, they're, you know, not as big as a fingernail. They're just small, like 1/4 of an inch in diameter. Very easy to get out of the pod once they're dried properly. See? And each one of these buds has dozens in there. At least 2 dozen seeds. So you can get quite a few, and each one of those hollyhock plants has multiple blooms, and each of the blooms will eventually produce a seed head. So my hollyhocks were a mix this year, and so I had one that bloomed pretty pink, one that bloomed yellow, and one that bloomed this beautiful peach color. Each one was a little different. And so I'm going to keep them mixed. I'm not going to try to separate the colors out because I really liked that effect. So I'm going to harvest all the hollyhocks into one mess and then plant them in the future as a variegated mixture of all those pretty pastel colors. Anyway, those are 3 of the easiest flowers to grow. I mean, you have to try to kill them, especially the marigolds. They're very hardy. And the calendula are very useful, and the hollyhocks are very beautiful. And all of them have really easy seeds to harvest. If you have seen this video and really liked it and would like to try some hollyhock or marigold or calendula seeds, you can email me your name and address at leahsleaves@hotmail.com. I'll leave that information in the description. And I'll send you a small envelope so you can try growing some of these at home, okay? I'm learning a lot, sharing it here, and I hope you'll come grow with me. Enjoy your flowers. Save those seeds. Bye.